It's June 17th on the Barrel Roll Newscast. Today we're keeping it simple and just talking about E3. Hello and welcome everybody to the Barrel Roll Newscast. I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
And if you're a regular viewer, this is all you get today.
Yeah.
Our regular panel of hosts is not available. Tony's off playing Pokemon. Brian's off
Horsing around.
He is legitimately with a horse. That's so good. And we have no idea where Graham is. We love him to bits, but who knows?
He has a girlfriend.
We have donuts. Just saying.
That explains his absence.
The donuts?
Oh.
He has an aversion to donuts. Either way, on the newscast, we usually talk about all the new video game and movie news that's kind of happened over the week, and it's been sort of boring, other than E3,
Yeah.
which has been exciting, but
Yeah.
that's it.
Yep.
E3.
That's it.
E3
That's
happened.
all we got.
Yes, E3 happened, which is always big news. So we're just going to talk about E3 and our reactions to stuff today. So I don't know, do we want to go panel by panel or just game by game? Or
Let's go panel by panel. That's kind of how I have it set.
Perfect.
Kind of.
I am not prepared at all.
Okay.
In any way, shape, or form. And honestly, like last night, I did not sleep that much, so I only remember certain things. So Chris luckily has made a list, and we're gonna go off his list, and I will just I'll roll in when I'm like, oh yeah, that was good.
List.
So cool.
Yeah.
Let's start us
with
off.
The EA stuff.
EA. They had a conference.
They sure did. NFL story mode.
Yeah. Yay.
I don't know. I don't like story modes. I'm
Well, and so here's
disappointed.
So here's the fun part: is FIFA
Yeah.
for Switch. They've built it. It's not on a Frostbite engine.
Yeah.
It's on its own little Switch engine.
Yeah.
And they've taken the story mode out because
Fine.
the story mode was run through Frostbite, and everybody's like, everything else is in there, and they're like, yep. And they're like, cool.
Yep.
Because even EA found that only like a very small percentage of people actually play the story mode.
It's hard to get sports games that shouldn't have a story mode.
No, and I'm of the, and I mean, we talked about this kind of a little bit last week.
I think so.
I think so, but I like the NHL. I like where I started off not in the NHL and I got drafted.
Yeah. That was it.
And I like how I controlled my one character, and I was like that. I'd be a pro mode, loved it, but having to sleep schedules and do I go out today or do I train today or do I do this?
Well, even GM or create your own player mode was getting a little.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously games have to adapt.
Yep. You have to change, or else people aren't going to keep buying.
But you go into GM mode or create and think, do this.
Yeah.
You guys aren't happy. You have to talk to them.
Yeah.
Go play hockey.
Right. And that's at the end of the day. I buy a sports game to play the sport.
Yeah.
So.
And so I mean, and it's not surprising NFL has got one.
No, because they all have
FIFA
one.
now having one and NBA having one.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time. I'm not looking forward to one. NHL
does a story mode. See, and if they do a story, honest story modes, they should get real deep and real dark.
Canadian.
He's
Canadian.
I want to get into drugs and I want to have
realism.
I want realism.
So the NFL should have steroids.
Sure. Do you want to cheat? And it's like, yes. And then there's really a dice roll where random drug testing, and all of a sudden you've been booted out of the MLB, and you're like, oh.
You got a year suspension. Come back next year.
And like I said, I think baseball for me is a little bit different because baseball is such a kind of slow game.
Yeah.
Where you can do what I do outside of the game, and you can still kind of have fun with that.
Yeah.
Whereas football and soccer and hockey are very like fast-paced games, and you just kind of want to jump into it.
Yeah,
Change your
that's
lines
all it
up,
is.
jump in.
Just play
Make some
games.
trades if you need to, jump in.
Yeah, and
And by the time you
I
get
don't
good
know.
enough at hockey, you really don't need to be making trades anymore. You can play with
No.
duds and pretty much be
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you're like, I got this down.
I need a challenge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
A team full of rookies.
yeah. All
I am
70s.
so far under the salary cap, it's not even funny. I will show you how to do this, NHL.
Exactly. And I mean, that was another thing with EA. They didn't show off any NHL stuff.
No.
I don't know if they usually do, because I know NFL and NBA, or NBA and even baseball is
Yeah.
bigger in the States.
Yes. And usually NHL, once they change the engine enough, that's when they'll show it off. So obviously
Yeah.
this year's pretty much not going to have any big changes.
Which is good.
Which, yeah, I mean, like I say, once you've built a solid game,
Yeah. Just to go with it.
yeah.
I think that was actually it for EA for me.
That was a,
Boring.
yep. Even everybody's like, why
They
even
did-
bother having a conference?
Yeah, I heard the reactions. They didn't look
Yeah.
excited at all.
No.
But yeah, so I mean,
EA,
Woohoo.
you do sports games.
you do other stuff. Oh, made Battlefront,
Yeah.
but that was expected.
Well, we've already seen most of the trailers,
Yeah.
so like, I know. Again, you're going like, oh,
Yeah,
like E3 to me is something where there should be at least one thing in your conference that makes you go, whoa, that wasn't leaked ages ago or wasn't
Yeah.
like, and maybe they were
I
hoping
think
story
NFL
mode
story mode, yeah,
is the
was
big piece.
thing.
But again, sports games and story modes, I'm just like,
Yeah,
unless you make it like super in depth, and I'm almost playing The Sims and then football.
with football.
Yeah.
But I've never been into football anyway. Like,
Oh, and I hate
playing those games. I can
hate
watch
football
it.
games.
I can watch it live.
Yep.
But I cannot play a game.
See, and here's my other piece with sports games. I am not that good at sports. Like, I can play with people who are also not that good at sports, and we can have a good time.
Yeah.
I can do slower sports, like curling. I curled. We curled. And I can do that kind of, because it's more of a thought process game than,
Yeah.
the impact of your body on the sport. I can throw a ball. I can kind of throw a football. But when I play these games, I play them because I can't play. Like, I
Yeah.
play NHL because I can barely skate.
Yeah.
Never mind hold a stick and coordinate myself to shoot a puck. Like, so I play these games because I can't actually do the sport.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of where these games are getting too hard. Like, I play it at NFL, and I've
Yeah.
forgotten on what system, and I'm like, you want me to what? Like, NFL games
Yeah.
used to be hike,
Which path do you
pick,
want to pass the ball to?
pick the one person you're passing a ball to, but now I have to, like, juke around this guy while still maintaining and then hold this stick down while I launch this
hurdle
stick
and,
for,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh my,
Speed
like,
burst and
I can't play football anywhere now.
NFL Street.
Oh man,
That's what I play.
bring that game back.
I found it.
Yeah.
I was so excited. Yeah, that's the one I got.
I got it. We're good. But yeah, no, like that's why like people that NBA party or whatever came out on the like for
Playground?
everything. Yeah, playground. It came out, and I was happy because to me that's the kind of sports game. You hit go, you're playing.
Good. Yeah.
And yes, it's 2-on-2, and yes, it's goofy, and yes, it's.
So what?
But I'm playing. The rules are still mostly intact,
Yeah.
and the controls are simple: shoot, pass, like
Yep.
and like you literally hit a button, and it picks what you do for your maneuver, and you're done.
Best.
Yep. And it's even I have a baseball game on my computer that I bought, and it's cartoony and it's goofy looking.
Yeah.
But again, you get into the game, you pitch or you bat, and you pick where you're throwing the ball with, like, it's simple, like, boo-doo-doo-doo-doo, the bases are pretty much numbered, done.
Yeah.
I can play that game. I do not play a sports game and make it as complicated as the actual sport.
Yeah. No.
If I wanted to play the actual sport, I'll go play the actual sport.
Yeah.
So, and NHL's always been good. I think they've done a really
Yeah.
good job of those ones. Like,
I
even
mean,
when they introduced the stick and you...
The deking is still a little
Yeah.
confusing to me.
Sure. Again, just a button
I'm
where
a
the guy goes...
one-timer. Or just slap shot it.
Yep.
That's all I do.
Yeah. I got really good at, I forgot what the last NHL game I played was, but like just wrist shots because I knew I could like, it's pretty much quarter circle, like, you know, quarter circle punch.
The Street Fighter stuff.
Yeah. I can do my fighting game stuff in a hockey game. So that's why my guy was like, wrist shots really good because I'm like, I'll just ring him.
Yeah.
Like, just keep feeding me the puck at the...
Boost your skill up with wrist shots.
Yeah. And speed. I was fast and I could make sure you have someone else on the team that can do slap shots and you're just like, okay, I could pass, I could wrist shot, I don't need slap shots, we're good. That's why I always find players funny in the actual NHL where they're like, we need to be able to do this and this and this, and I'm like, no. Like, Eberle just needs a wrist shot.
Well, he has one.
He has one, but then he starts practicing all these other things and it screws up his wrist shot. And you're just like...
His one-timer was what he worked on.
I know, and it screwed up his wrist shot.
Well, he'll be traded.
I know. That's a whole different story.
That's
We could
sports.
really do a segment today, yeah.
We stopped sports.
Today's sports would be boring because we kind of actually know things. There's no one to talk to about, like, teach about sports. I always find that handy when someone doesn't know what's going on and you're like, oh, well, this is what's going on. You get actually
explain
more...
it to them a little bit.
You get more information out.
Yeah.
That's like when Graham talks to us about history. And we're like, what?
Or Warhammer.
Or Warhammer, yeah, like...
completely over for me.
And I play a Warhammer RPG game, like, every once in a while. Man, last week's was insane.
That's on the post-credit show.
That's on the post-credit show. Think
We'll save that.
Yeah. What was next?
Oh, who was next? I'm judging by this was Ubisoft.
We can talk about Ubisoft.
Yeah. I think they're part BioWare, or is that...
BioWare's EA.
Okay, then I have one more for you.
Oh.
I'm not done. Anthem. A new game
Yes.
from BioWare. But it's supposed to be kind of like their other games with Dragon Age and Mass Effect, that's the one. But kind of a Horizon type thing, future, like it's very vegetation is taking over all these places and you're flying around, and
unlike Mass Effect, which is more the like hard
spacey,
sci-fi space metal,
kind of a mix of that. From what I kind of watched, I didn't watch the full video because I can't watch demos. They're just
some of them,
they're just terrible,
especially when people are like playing and explaining at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, and see, again, this is, and I mean, I'm skipping ahead here, and we won't actually talk about a lot of stuff, but that's why I like Nintendo's, like, here's our half-hour thing, we've pre-recorded all this stuff,
yeah.
You just watch a little bit of gameplay and you're done.
I mean, it did seem like a lot of things this year it did.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't watch a lot of conferences.
But pre-recorded is the way to go.
It just seemed like people came out and talked.
Yeah.
Here's a game.
Here's a thing.
Here's a few games.
Yeah.
And come talk again.
Yeah. Which is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you get all those hardware problems where the person's like, I should be able to shoot right now, and their controller's not connected. Because the Xbox is like all the way across the conference room, and they're just like, I don't know why the Bluetooth's not working.
But I mean, it looks interesting.
Sure.
From
and
what I've seen, but I mean, and BioWare I like their games.
Yeah.
Mass Effect and both Dragon Age.
BioWare's got a good track record, so I mean, I'm okay with BioWare, but EA just on a whole was kind of...
Yeah, I think it didn't seem like a great...
No.
From what I didn't watch it because I think we were here.
Yes.
When it was going on.
Yes, we were.
So we didn't watch it, but it seemed like it was a...
Yeah.
Lackluster.
Yes.
But anywho, that's it. Now that's it for you. That's all I have for you. Then Ubisoft.
Ubisoft from the Montreal... Who is ringing? I will be right back. I'm
filler. The one game they were talking about was Assassin's Creed Origins. They actually showed actual game footage of Assassin's Creed Origins.
In
him sliding down a pyramid.
Yes.
It looked good.
They did.
It was interesting.
Do you want more Assassin's Creed?
I have to play through Black Flag and Syndicate still.
I have to play through, there's a lot of Black Flag, or not Black Flag, a lot of Assassin's Creed games I have left to play.
I don't want to play, from what I've heard, Unity is not a game I want to play.
Even they scrapped it. They were like, DLC? What DLC?
Yeah,
what game?
Exactly. So, I'm interested in Origins.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah, it looked interesting, and yes,
Origins.
And I thought the first Assassin's Creed was the origin story, but what do we know?
We go farther back.
I will laugh so hard if it's Desmond and they're like, we found someone further back, and you're just going, oh no.
Not again. I think maybe I jumped ahead. I don't know. Maybe I'm on Xbox or Microsoft. Anywho.
Well, Ubisoft, if you want to talk more about Ubisoft, there was the Mario and Rabbids game.
Yeah.
For the Switch coming out.
I didn't see the video for that one.
So essentially what that one is Nintendo to thank Ubisoft for sticking with the Wii U essentially and like producing games all the way through.
Yeah.
Was like, take Mario, make a game. The only rule is you can't make a platformer.
Yeah.
And Ubisoft's like, okay. So what Ubisoft did was they took Mario and they took the Rabbids from Rayman and they smooshed them into a world together and made an XCOM game.
Nice.
So it's a tactical, like, you hide behind cover shooter thing, but based in the Mushroom Kingdom. And the whole thing is Rabbids have, like, there was a portal that opened, they started pouring out, Mario's just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And the Rabbids are just like, Rabbids. And and again, people were laughing because people are on the internet are going, well, they're just minions. And they're like, no, those guys were out before Minions.
Yeah, and they're white.
They were the originals.
Technical difficulties part 2.
I know, we have 2 of them today.
Another reason for me to
own it.
More games.
Yeah. No, and honestly, like, everybody's like, I get Mario XCOM now, like, because they showed off the gameplay, and yeah, he's hiding behind blocks, and he's sliding behind blocks, and then you can actually, like, have Mario lie down on the ground and have one of his people come and, like, he'll push them up so they can launch themselves to a new place on the map.
Yeah.
And then they all got some kind of blaster that they can shoot with and all sorts of stuff, and I'm just like, what? And everybody's like, Mario XCOM? Nobody told me I was getting Mario XCOM. Like, I will take this. So yeah, Ubisoft, and again, Ubisoft didn't really have a lot of...
Then, I think a South Park game was Ubisoft. Mm-hmm. They have a new mobile game coming out called Phone Destroyer.
Yep.
I'm interested in it because it looks like what they're going with the series is that they're going different typical kids games.
Yeah.
This one for Phone Destroyer is going to be Cowboys versus Indians.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Honestly, when I heard the name, I'm like, it's just going to drain your battery, and that's going to be
That's what I'm waiting for. My battery already sucks.
It's just like one of the characters giving you the finger as your battery slowly, like, drains and dies.
Well, it looks interesting, because I kind of watched the video, and Cartman on it is calling you.
Yeah.
FaceTiming you. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I don't know how many, like, I don't know why people don't utilize that more on a mobile phone game.
I don't know. It looks different.
Because... like, the Wii U did that. Every once in a while, people would call you. The Lego Undercover game was one of them, where your police officer had pretty much a Wii U tablet.
Yeah.
So when he got a phone call in the game, you actually had to look at the Wii U tablet because the person calling you would show up down there and talk to you. And you're just like, this is awesome. Because they're utilizing that. The Wii Remote, same thing. Sometimes it was like you actually had to hold it up like a phone, and the person would wait for the motion to happen, and then it would start talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, having that on phones kind of...
And this on top of the... Fractured Butthole game coming out is definitely like they're really pushing things out.
Yeah,
I mean, it's awesome.
I
like it.
There's 2 of them down here now. One with the
go to work.
One with the what?
Scott forgot to print the order for them, and none of them know how.
Yeah, okay, we can. Nathan, come here.
Okay. I can take him with me.
Oh, okay. Do you want to be on a show? You want to be on a camera?
Nathan, come on.
I didn't think so. Tony's replacement is refusing to appear on camera. Apparently he wants money or something. Little does he know, we don't pay on this show.
But I think that's...
Ubisoft, I thought, had a pretty, like, not a great show, but a good enough show.
I didn't watch it. Did... What's her face show?
I didn't.
Up the host?
I didn't. I just watched all the trailers after.
Okay.
But they had a good enough showing of games and stuff coming out, and I mean, they opened with like Rayman, and not Rayman, but Mario and Rabbids, and they closed with Assassin's Creed and stuff. So you're just like, and again, the biggest thing for most of these shows is like even the Xbox conference. The only conference where they weren't talked about, where Nintendo wasn't talked about, was the PlayStation conference.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft even did some stuff
Bethesda
with Nintendo.
Didn't.
No, Bethesda even had
Oh,
some
even,
stuff.
yeah, I guess Skyrim.
Yep.
Yep.
So that was the thing, like, all of a sudden, like, Ubisoft opens with Nintendo, and everybody's like, what? Like, Nintendo's getting some screen time?
Yeah.
Hey, technical difficulties, go see Jen. Go. We're
Anyways.
good.
Little shaky earthquake. Yeah, and then I guess that's it for kind of Ubisoft.
Yep.
I guess we could jump into
As I
Microsoft.
get close to the micro. Yes.
Microsoft, who,
Xbox.
surprise, surprise, they came out with a new system.
Xbox One X.
X. What a stupid name.
I know. How many things are they going to keep? And everybody. And then, I don't know why they don't think of this. You, like, honestly, pass that name, like, release it out to the internet.
Yeah.
And then let people start making fun of it early, so you can go, it's not actually that, because no.
They should have kept it Scorpio.
That
would
was
have been fine with
That was way
Xbox
better, because
Scorpio.
now you're adding X, and everybody's like, oh, that name's already taken, add another X. Like, like what people do with their usernames when it's taken, they start adding X's all over the place.
They couldn't come up with original names.
So they just
put
kept
X.
adding X's, yeah. They're just
It looked good.
Sure.
Like the games on that they were showing with it looked good.
Yep.
But that's pretty much the driving force they're going with is
Looks good.
this game looks pretty.
For a lot of money.
$500. That's more than
Again,
Switch,
yep.
PS4, or the Pro, I believe.
It's, yeah,
And I think that's only $400,
I think so.
something like that. They're really
I was,
boosting up that price.
I'm like, for $500, I can get a fairly good video card and a motherboard, and like, I'm already part way to a new computer at $500.
And what was it? They were talking about backwards compatibility with
All
it.
the way now to the Xbox.
Which, I'm not one to talk, because you'll find out later on the post-credit show. I like playing old games.
Sure.
But I feel with Microsoft, the only reason why they're doing that is because that's where their good games are, is back then. And they have nothing new coming out that looks super good.
No. Like I
And
said,
so they need to go back
yeah.
to do it.
Because
And-
again, I didn't get to watch any of the conferences other than Nintendo's like short bits, so I was just watching
Yeah.
like highlights, and of course I'm on YouTube checking everything out. But yeah, that was pretty much like Xbox Scorpio. They're like, or not Scorpio, Xbox One X is, you're just like, okay, as I watch this,
Yeah.
I'm going, you're releasing a new system, some games look prettier on it, I get to play old games, and their conference was over.
Well, and then like I think I wrote it down. They had 42 games announced
Yep.
for it. 22 have some sort of exclusive content in
Sure.
it, whether it be the whole game or just DLC or whatever.
Yeah.
But none of them looked super appealing.
Mm-mm.
Like I think Gears and Halo might be getting a HD.
They get
Reboot?
prettier, essentially, yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. Woo.
Uh,
That's what I mean, like,
there was another game that was coming out that for both systems. I can't remember what it was. They said the pixel rate. Oh, Destiny 2. They said the frame rate does not look good on the Xbox One for whatever reason. It doesn't look good on it.
that's Bungie making that game, right?
Yeah.
Bungie's always been really funny, because even with, what was it? Halo 3, I believe? Xbox 360 originally, what was it? Oh, you could install the game to your hard drive, and most of the games ran better.
Yeah.
Like, they released that update. At the same time, Bungie released an update for Halo 3 that made a pop-up hook show up that goes, do not install this game to your hard drive, it runs worse.
Yeah.
And you're going, what? Like, what? I don't know how Bungie actually, like, makes
I
their
don't
games,
know.
but
I mean,
I don't know.
once again, and this is what I stressed last week, was games.
Yep. Yeah, you have to wow me.
Push games.
Yep.
But I feel that Xbox didn't really do that. I mean, there were new games coming out.
Yep.
I can't name them.
Nope.
that's part of the problem.
Well, the
'Cause
Xbox...
well, Crackdown 3.
Sure.
But that one has been long in development.
Yeah.
And it's actually I'd be interested in it,
Sure.
but I don't want to go buy an Xbox One.
It's not making me buy an Xbox.
I'm not spending a total probably of close to $600
Well,
for
'cause-
the system and then that one game.
Sure, because games are getting stupidly pricey.
$80
Yeah.
Canadian.
And for a game that is worth it, I'm in. Or if I have the system already,
Yeah.
I'm going like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
But to sell me on a system,
And having one game.
and that's why like
For me.
PS4 to me has always been like if I fell into a pile of money, I would get a PS4 because PlayStation's always had some good exclusives.
Yeah.
And yes, it's that system that I could start getting my sports games on. I could start, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But it has enough exclusives to it that I want to play.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, again, if I found myself with some extra cash, that'd be the system I'd get. Just like I got my PlayStation 3, because all of a sudden, like I got an Xbox.
I think I
Pretty
saw
much
it laying over there
it's
somewhere.
it's on the floor over there. Like I got an Xbox to play hockey.
Yeah.
And play Halo, because Halo was out back.
It was
that
good. Yeah,
this was the Xbox 360. Like,
It was good.
it was good.
It's not like they have become bad.
And then I got a lot of games real cheap.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how I spent my time on my Xbox. My PlayStation, I didn't get a lot of games for, but I picked up most of the exclusives.
Yeah.
Like Uncharted and like
And
all that.
Infamous for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. There was more stuff on the PlayStation where I'm like, well, if I just would have bought the PlayStation first, I wouldn't have had to like.
Yeah. And
You
then
know.
you could buy the crossover stuff, and yeah.
There was enough crossovers. Like most of the games in those bags, which is my Xbox games, I could have played on that like PlayStation 3,
Yeah.
minus Halo and Gears of War.
But even those are not enough to
Those don't sell me on a system anymore.
drive me, and especially now.
Yeah.
Like they're done.
Yeah.
I mean, I say this about God of War should have ended, but obviously they're coming out with a new game. But when we get to Sony, we can talk about that. But it looked fresher.
Sure. Like that's
But
the problem with
Gears of War and Halo kind of just
Yup.
we're doing the same story over again. Cause
See, in my
it's
favorite
futuristic, and how far do you go?
Well, my favorite Halo game was still Reach.
Mhm.
And they won't go back like it's like, well, Master Chief is our guy. Master Chief is our guy, and I'm like, I really liked Reach because I was me.
Yeah.
Like I was my guy. I made my character. I went through what I thought was a really good story. Even ODST, which was essentially an expansion pack for 3,
Yeah.
I thought was a better game than the mainline stuff because you're following these small little pockets of people doing
it's a war.
stuff.
It's not just one guy doing everything.
Right.
It's a bunch of people.
And I like those games more. And they keep releasing Master Chief stuff, and I'm like, I'm done with Master Chief.
Yeah.
Because Master Chief's supposed to be on this unstoppable force, and he never. Like I die a lot.
They're an unstoppable force.
Like at least if I die in Reach, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And then spoilers for a really old game, but you actually die in Reach. So, because Reach is the beginning, like it's the prequel,
Yeah.
where that planet gets attacked, and you're like the last like bastion of you're the last defenders, and slow one by one you all start dying, and it's just like, and that was a really good game because it was a solid story.
Yeah.
And it was a one-off. Like, it's done. That story is complete. You're good. Master Chief, it's like, oh, we have to keep, like, bringing him out of cryo sleep.
He died. He resurrected.
Yeah. Oh,
He
he's...
did die.
Yeah, it's like, he's not dead. He just went to sleepy bye.
His suit saved him.
Yeah.
But, system looks good for Xbox One X.
Sure.
Gotta come up with a shorter name.
Just Xbox. At this point, we're just back to Xbox.
Xbox X.
Xbox X. See?
Oh.
Look at all those
It
X's.
looks
in that name.
good, but not enough to wow me into buying it.
No.
But, that was Microsoft. My personal one. Actually, no, I jumped at Bethesda.
We'll jump to Bethesda.
Bethesda first. I watched that conference. That was really weird. Bethesda Land, and they're going all these different sections of the park. I'm like, this is weird.
Obviously, been playing too much Planet Coaster, and they were just like, guys, I got an idea.
But they showed off video for Doom VR and Fallout 4 VR. Interesting games.
Yep.
For those hardcore Fallout fans, it's
Sure.
you're gonna get people doing it because they want to be the survivor that wanders around.
Oh, for sure.
But I remember I was kind of even watching a pre-show, was if they came out with it, which what they did, do I really want to put on a VR headset for 8 hours and
Right.
do that? I mean, Doom makes sense. You can jump in and out, and
especially if they stick to the
that.
Doom formula from the
it
new
is
Doom.
the exact same game.
Then
it's
beauty,
just VR.
because you jump in, you can play that game for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
and be like, okay, finish that level, good to go. Like, yeah.
But Fallout 4 is that's a long game.
And some parts of that are really boring. Like, I hate to like Skyrim and Fallout. I love as games because I think that the scope is huge, and the fact that there's so many like components to those games, and you say one wrong thing to the wrong person, and you've screwed up 12 different storylines. Like, I am always amazed by Bethesda, but like trudging through the wasteland.
It's going to be
in
tough
VR is just going to be like it's okay on a screen because I have enough stuff around me to like, oh, what am I, or I can sit on my phone and be like, yep.
They're talking. I'm just going.
Or again, I play a lot of these games on my computer, and my computer has 2 screens normally.
Yeah.
So on one screen I'm sitting on Reddit, and the other screen I'm like, doom, 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 like. So yeah.
It's an interesting idea.
Yep. And the fact that they're supporting VR is cool.
There seem to be a lot of VR, and like just in general in the E3, and I looked at the prices too.
Yeah,
that's $800 Canadian for PlayStation VR. No, thank you.
And again, that's Tony last week goes price drop on PlayStation VR would be super because he's got everything but the headset.
Yeah, it would be good, but I'm not doing it right now.
No.
Anyways, they came out. Bethesda also kind of showed off Switch Skyrim
stuff. So it's not the special edition.
It's just regular.
It's just Skyrim.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine.
But it's still got touch-ups. They just didn't want to call it special edition because it's not.
They didn't call it Skyrim Deluxe.
No, I know. Just add Deluxe after everything on the Switch. But you can get Zelda stuff, and there's Amiibo support in it.
Yeah. I don't know.
And it's like, want to use the Master Sword? And I'm like, no? Yes? I don't know. Do I?
I just want the Amiibo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that one was already, we knew about that.
We've known about for a while.
And it still looks good.
Looks stellar. There's motion controls.
Yeah, the bow and arrow is going to be really hard to.
Well, but the fact that there's still like regular, obviously, controls is a good thing. You can just play, but if you want to look like an idiot,
you pull it all the way back.
And drop all your controllers because you forget which button you have to actually let go of. But I mean, I can honestly see Graham
doing that,
sitting in front of a TV with the Switch plugged into the dock. Yeah.
The other hand.
And he'll have a blast because he can actually
for
a while, and
it looks good.
That's always been my thing with motion controls, and I think Nintendo's finally nailed it. Is they are a great fun option.
Yeah.
Where you can
arms.
Sure.
Yeah, I tried that. Holy. Yeah.
And I find I have more control doing this.
I gotta get adjusted.
Once you do, this is way. Because you don't have to, like, it's not like you're...
Well, I kept, like, I don't know if it's the way I'm holding it.
Probably.
But I kept trying, I'm accidentally curving things, and I'm not even...
Once you get used to it, it's, like, so fluid. But at the same time, I plug it in because, obviously, I'm sitting in bed, and I can't be like...
Yeah.
And it still controls really well this way.
Yeah.
And that's the trick. So I think Skyrim, you can have fun going, like...
Doing that. It gives you the option. It gives you the option.
Right. And then once you're done doing that, you can bloop, and...
Yeah. Exactly.
And the best part with the Switch is, again, you can, like...
Yeah.
Tape it to your roof and just...
Looks pretty.
Yeah.
But Bethesda did release another game. Or a new game.
Yes.
Coming out. Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
Colossus. Something Colossus?
I forgot what it is, but...
Something Colossus, I think.
Honestly, the fact that what they did with Doom...
Well...
And I mean, they did it with Wolfenstein.
And then I watched the Wolfenstein 2 video.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not surprised, but Sony, because it was Sony's conference was on Tuesday, so they released their E3 sale, best of E3, and surprise, surprise, the Wolfenstein was up there. So I'm like, and it was $12. I'm like,
done.
All right, sure.
Yep.
I read the ratings on it; it was good.
Yeah, Wolfenstein, the last one that came out, was really well done.
So to have number 2. Or 2 kind of motivated me to buy this. E3 was really bad for my wallet.
Apparently.
because they just motivated me to get all sorts of different games
Yep.
and systems, but we'll touch on that later.
That's how you know who won.
Yeah, I'll even admit they did.
To be fair, they had a really good edge going in.
Yeah, I know. They have all the hype.
They have all the new, all the new stuff going in. Everybody else is just like, we have a news. So it's like, yay.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, like, that Wolfenstein 2 looked really good.
Yeah.
And
again, the last Wolfenstein that came out was actually really well done. You're heading off of Doom being as good as it was.
Yeah.
And the fact that Wolfenstein and Doom back in the early 90s were the same game. Like...
Well, and it shows, though, like, Bethesda has this history.
Yes.
It's the same as what we were talking about with BioWare, is they have that history of bringing good games out. And that's motivation enough
See, and this is the thing.
to go buy it.
Like, what was it? Not before Skyrim.
Uh,
Morrowind?
yes. I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, either way, that game came out.
Yeah.
And whatever was before Skyrim, and I'm like, But it was still a wicked game, to the point where Skyrim came out, and I'm like, I should get Skyrim.
Yeah.
Even though I've only played, like,
Yeah.
this much of the last game. And then I get Skyrim, and I do the same thing I do every time. I escape prison.
Yeah.
I become, like, the master of the Thieves Guild.
I get master of everything.
I become... And then I continue on the main quest and go, this is boring. Like...
I like side stuff.
I like all the other stuffs. What was the main quest again? Oh, right, the king is dying or something.
Save the day.
Yeah. I will go save the day 6,000 hours later.
I'm a super experienced guy.
That's why even Skyrim on Switch, I'm like... And especially after they show him, like, in the Zelda stuff, and I'm like... Damn.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get Skyrim again, because I know exactly what I'm going to do.
It's all the side stuff.
I'm not going to be Graham, who will actually go through that game and complete that game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be that idiot who, like, gets out of the prison and heads south instead of north just to see what's there.
I mean, I did. I played through that game.
Yeah. I never finished.
Platinum.
Knowing you, yes.
Yeah. I was motivated at the time. But I think I did too. I knew the story mode or the main story was there.
Sure.
But I did focus on
everything.
Only way I kind of did the story stuff was when
was
side quest is going there.
Yeah.
I may as well do the story too.
Oh, I'm in the same town. I guess I might as well go drop this important letter off. Dust.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
side stuff is what I was doing too.
Yeah, but again, Bethesda makes good enough games where I sit there going, "Oh, Bethesda's releasing it. I'll pick it up."
Yep.
And
at least give it a
I'll give it a go.
Give it a shot.
They have my money pretty much right off the bat.
Yeah. See, E3 is...
I know, it's horrible.
I love it to death, but it's bad on my wallet.
I know, that's what I said to, like, a small group of people at work. It was just like, oh man, Christmas is going to be so expensive this year. And they're like, well, who are you buying for? And I'm like, me.
Myself. I don't buy other people things.
I don't have money to anymore. Sony?
Sony. I guess we can stick to the Skyrim part.
Yep.
They showed Skyrim VR, which is along the same lines as Fallout 4.
Well,
that's a long game.
Same engine. Like, essentially same engine, so when you're doing one, you might as well, like, Bob, are you going to do... Yeah, okay.
So really, obviously it was released in Bethesda's conference, but Sony's going to have Doom, Skyrim, and Fallout 4
for the
all for the VRs.
Yeah.
Which... I think that Skyrim is the same as Fallout 4, where it's a good game, but do I want to sit there with a headset on my head for that long?
And here's my thing with VR. I dig it. I'm glad that it's getting to be more popular, and I'm glad that like Bethesda and Sony are supporting it as much as they are, especially Sony, because Sony has a tendency to be like, here's something new and fancy, and then never show it ever again, says the Vita. Like, and the Vita was a good system. And they just gave up. They're just like, well...
Oh, we lost this.
We tried for a month.
3DS.
Yeah, Nintendo's clearly owning this.
They won.
Yeah. But the fact that, like, PlayStation seems to be still like, yes, VR.
Yeah.
Pump it out. But for me, VR, especially something like Skyrim, where it is first person, and you do have, like, those people coming after you.
Yeah. And I mean, you can do the same thing with the motions, with the bow
Sure.
and the
But in my
casting.
brain, I can't see anything in my house, and I don't have like a large space
Yeah.
to do a lot
You
of
wanna
stuff.
just turn.
So that's my thing. Like with VR, obviously there'll be controls to turn myself, but at the same time, my head's still going to be like, I'm going to see a bad guy coming at me. Like
I'm gonna jump.
I'm jumping. Well, if I jump, I'm going to either like hit someone sitting next to me on the couch, who's going to kill me, or I'm going to hit a bookcase or a wall or
Yeah.
something like. Yes.
Yeah,
I dig VR, but my house is not equipped
it's an
for it.
eventual buy.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not rushing out to get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm.
PlayStation, you want to sell me on a PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Cheapen your VR and bundle it, and I'm
I mean, yeah. I mean,
like,
it's the
don't
next
get me
step
wrong.
for me, I guess.
Yeah, I will try VR. I will love VR, but in my house, I don't know how often I will VR.
I think I could work it out in my play area, but I'd have to move
Start
stuff
moving
around.
tables and yeah.
I'd have to move stuff around, and then I have to lock the door so my brother doesn't come down and make
Yeah.
me jump.
Yeah, well, that's the other piece. It's like, how much can I actually hear with that thing on?
I think it does. There's a part
Well,
that
'cause
goes
it-
over your ears.
Well, because you have
too.
to have the sound, right?
Yeah.
That's all part of virtual reality is
Or does
getting
the sound
into the
come
world.
from the TV?
I'm assuming it comes through a headset.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're wearing a headset, they gotta have sound coming out of it.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Either way,
But they did show, like, Sony did show off a lot of VR stuff.
yeah.
There was nothing stand out
No.
that stood out about it.
And Skyrim, I just love how this game from 100 years ago is still being like, they're like,
It's-
Skyrim coming out for this, Skyrim
Well-
coming out for that, Skyrim coming out for this.
And I mean, even actually, to jump back to Bethesda for a second, they were talking about mods.
Yeah.
How they've fully like embraced it, and they're going to start talking to people about it.
Yeah, and the only
Yeah.
problem, like, and see, that's where people have a bit of an issue online is paid for mods. Because
Yeah.
the mod community is very, like, and this is where I'm kind of on Bethesda's side a little bit, but I think if you want to release your mods for free, you should be able to release your mods for free. If you want to go through their paid system and actually make some money off of the mods you're making,
Yeah.
that's another way of doing it. Because there are people who do mods online that go like, oh, visit my Patreon, throw me a couple bucks if you're using my mod all the time.
Yeah.
That'd be super. And people do, because, again, mods take time.
Yeah.
So how much Bethesda takes off the top, how much support Bethesda gives to the modders is
Yeah.
another piece. But yeah, paid for mods, people are like, but I don't want to.
I'm not a big fan of mods myself
Me
because
neither.
I like the basic game.
Yeah.
Whatever they came out with, I'm good with. I can adjust.
Yeah.
I don't have to create my own system. To
Yeah. I don't
play
need
the game.
Charizards flying over mountains and
No.
landing and, me throwing a Pokeball at it instead
That would
of a
take
bow
away
and
from
arrow.
it.
Right, but people, and I get people who like to do that, but yeah,
Expresses their creativity.
they're supporting the mod community, and the mod community is tough on consoles, to be sure.
Oh yeah, they talked about that for a bit.
Yeah.
And then
Sony.
kind of back to Sony. They did show off a few games.
Mhm.
God of War
Mhm.
looks really good.
Mhm.
It gives kind of a fresh take to it, where Kratos is a father figure to this little child.
Last of Us.
Could be with gods. And it's a new whole god set to go through.
Right.
I think it's the Nordic,
I think they're going, yeah.
which apparently has a lot more gods than the Greeks do.
Well, and especially fighting gods.
So, and
Like
then
the
he
Greeks, there
doesn't
were only
have-
so many gods that kind of actually fought.
Yeah,
Whereas, yeah, like Nordic and Norse and that kind of, like, everybody was a warrior.
yeah. So I mean, he doesn't have his two blades anymore. He has a ice axe or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it's a fresh take on it.
Yeah, and you have to. I mean, again, you can't just keep rehashing the same game and expecting people
No.
to be like, yeah!
Yeah, and he's older.
Yeah.
So you expect age maybe to have something to do with it too.
Sure. He's just not so fast anymore. He's slow but strong.
That's why he has to have the two-handed weapon.
Yeah, so now he's just full barbarian.
They also showed a game called Days Gone.
Does Days have a Z in it?
No.
Oh, it's just Days. All right. That's
It's
good.
it looks like a bunch of another zombie game,
Yeah.
but fast zombies.
Mm.
Because they showed a gameplay trailer of it, and I mean, I kind of annoyed my family with this because we were having a family supper, and while Sony's thing was going on, I had my thing in my ear, and I was watching a video, so I was being antisocial. And watching it, it
We
was.
don't know how important this is.
Oh yeah, I stressed it enough. Still making fun of me. It looks like a mix of. I think there's another game that has fast zombies in it coming out. I can't remember what it's called. Mix of that and games. Last of Us. It's just
Okay,
kind of like it's in that wilderness
Yeah.
type thing, and the gameplay trailer with everything is kind of zombified. At the end of it, there was a bear. You got that with barbed wire around it. You had the
Good old zombie bears.
But it was very strategic how you're moving around and all that. It did remind me of Last of Us.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
My D&D character fought as a zombie bear. He now wears its skull as a helmet.
Good times.
Yeah. Because that's what Nick does when he plays those games. He's like, we massacre the body after, and it's like, is the skull still intact? Why do you want to know? Is the skull still intact? And it's like, yes, I ripped the skull off the skeleton. Okay. I put it on my own head. All right.
Oh.
Can I do that in this game? That would be awesome.
Probably not.
Damn. Kill a zombie.
I want to wear its head.
I'm going to wear its head. And then the zombies won't know I'm a zombie. They won't know I'm a human. They'll think I'm a zombie.
It looks good. They also showed off a game called Detroit Become Human, where essentially you're a cyborg. It's the proper terminology for it, and you're getting more advanced, but there's also these anti-cyborg people out there, and you're trying to get these other cyborgs on your side, and we want to stand up for ourselves.
Yep.
Type thing. Looked good. I'd have to see more videos on it.
Yep.
But interesting. I think that's every game so far, I believe. I even checked out on the PlayStation Store. They're dated for 12/31, either 17 or 18. So there's no actual release dates on these games yet.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'll pre-order.
And yeah, that's tough to say right now.
Yeah.
For a lot of games.
I want to see more videos on them.
Sure.
Probably God of War on.
God of War is an easy one to, yeah.
If you're a PlayStation person,
and
you've played these games and you know how good they are. So I would go back to that one immediately. The other two, we'll see.
Yeah.
Sony also showed off Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
That looked so smooth. So smooth.
Going to Chris's. Look at my wife one night, just be like, I'm off to Chris's. I'm going to go play some Spidey.
The fighting style in that
reminded
me of the Batman fighting style.
Yeah.
Where you're jumping around and just punching and spiderwebbing everything. And you're sneaking around kind of your stealth type stuff where you're... this guy!
And that game
Spiderweb.
looks gorgeous.
Looks so good. I don't recognize the villain. I don't know if he's an actual person in the comics or not.
I'm trying to
I don't know how close they are going to go.
I don't know how close. And you know what? Honestly, if they break away from the comics and just do like a video game universe with this kind of thing,
and it was a bit of a teaser because I don't know if I think it's I think it's Parker.
Yeah, that
is Spider-Man. But at the end of that video, there's two kids filming, and one starts walking off, and the other one calls back to his buddy, "Hey, Miles, let's go." And you assume it's Miles Morales. So I don't know if they're going with a Morales story or they're going with a mix of Parker and
just two
Morales.
like a big spider.
Two Spider-Mans playing.
If I could be Spider-Gwen, sold. I will buy a PlayStation 4.
It looks, like I said,
you heard it here first.
Really good.
It does. It looks so good.
So smooth.
Yeah. And that's my thing with Spider-Man games. It always makes me laugh is, like, we got the Spider-Man game on the 64 and the PlayStation ages ago, PS1, which was awesome. It was based off the animated series, and it was like, yeah, Spidey-Man.
Yeah.
Then we got Spider-Man 1 from Treyarch still. Game. And that game was like, okay, because it used the same kind of basic engine, but it prettied it up, and you're like, okay, it's pretty. But then Spider-Man 2 came out, and it was
that
like...
was gorgeous.
Whoa.
I love that game.
Because the web swinging was new, everything was new.
Yeah.
And then the third one came out, and it was...
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, we're going to... And then I think those guys got one more game.
Probably from the Amazing Spider-Man...
Something, yeah.
Series.
But then all of a sudden, Rocksteady got the game.
Yeah.
And we got Shattered Dimensions, which was an amazing game.
Yeah.
And then they did the other game, which I forgot what it was, but it was you were only two of the Spider-Mans.
I can't remember that one.
And it was only so-so.
Oh, Shattered Dimensions.
No, Shattered Dimensions was the four people one.
I know. I think
It's in the bags.
I've played it.
It's in one of those bags.
Yes, you're playing as Future.
You're playing as 2099 and Amazing.
regular.
Yeah. So I always find it's like I think Spider-Man has to change hands. Like they
Every
make a
few-
game and then just change hands.
Yeah.
Don't make a second game because your second game always sucks, unless you're Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. then
Like
they
you
got
hit
better.
gold. Yeah, because this game looks amazing.
And
And
the web slinging looks
yeah,
like fantastic. I get back to Spider-Man 2.
yeah,
It honestly, to me, it looks like a brighter Batman.
yeah.
Which
yeah.
I mean, Batman's supposed to jump around and do the same stuff as, but Spider-Man's a little more agile with
Yeah.
it. Which,
Yeah, they definitely fit that. It
Oh,
looks like
absolutely.
Spider-Man. Yeah, so good, so good.
So
Put
good.
Spider-Man in the game, you got a sale, Sony.
So good. And then for you exclusive people, there's coming out with a Horizon DLC
Yeah.
called Frozen Wilds. I have no idea what the story is about. It didn't really show it. It's
That's
just,
okay.
you know you're the main person.
Yep.
That's about it. And you go somewhere else.
Nintendo almost did the exact same like DLC format for Zelda, where they show the trailer and I'm like, but what am I actually getting with the DLC that I've already bought? And it was like, I'm still not entirely certain. I saw a trailer.
I mean, I'll buy it.
I've got it.
Obviously, I loved Horizon.
Right. And
So
it's
I'll
the same
probably
with
get the
Zelda. I'm
DLC.
like, all right, I'll buy the DLC. We're
I
good.
already have the game. Why not?
Yeah. I enjoyed the game. I figured your DLC is going to be top notch. We'll go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still don't know what it's about, but all right.
I don't think, and I don't think this DLC has a release date again.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
showed a lot of stuff that wasn't like released, or didn't have a date. On it.
Which is it, and that's a tough part of E3. And
Yeah.
Sony's been bit by that before with Last Guardian, where they're like, Last Guardian.
10 years later.
Yeah.
Got it. But yeah, I mean, Sony. I mean, they gave me what I wanted. There was a couple new games.
Yeah.
Which that's what I asked for.
Oh, we have to go back to Ubisoft. We forgot one.
Did we?
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, but I don't. I didn't write that down because I
Beyond
didn't
Good and
play
Evil 2.
that.
Here we go. Beyond Good and Evil is an amazing game. I've been waiting for the sequel for I don't know how many years. And they didn't actually say what systems it was coming out on. They just released the cinematic, and they're like, ta-da! And everybody's like, for what?
What's going on?
For what? Because for
PC.
For the longest time, they're like, no, we're not making it. No, we're not making it. And then Nintendo pulled Bayonetta 2 out of their butts by giving Platinum going like, we'll pay for the game, but it's only a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Platinum's like, sure, no props. So everybody figured when all of a sudden Beyond Good and Evil 2 was in development again, everybody's like, did Nintendo do it again? Like, did they go to a company and be like, here's the monies, makes the games?
Maybe.
And there was a tweet that went out that essentially says it's not just coming out for Switch.
Okay.
So
I could
everybody's
probably
like,
see
so the way that they worded it, everybody's like, does that mean it's coming out for Switch?
Switch. I would assume it would be an entire.
I'm hoping they're covering all the bases, and it looks like it could be a cool game. It's tough to tell from a cinematic, though.
What was the original? Was just on PC, wasn't it?
No, original was Xbox, PC, and I think maybe that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and
I don't think I've ever seen it up there.
I think it was. I don't think I ended up buying it because I couldn't find it anywhere.
I mean, yeah,
Fact-checking.
I know Tony talked about it as soon as he chatted on the group.
Yeah.
Hey, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Because we've been waiting for that game for a while.
I mean, I didn't write it down because I know it was big hyped.
Yeah.
But
Xbox, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, Microsoft Windows,
see,
GameCube,
if
PlayStation
it's-
Portal.
If it's on that,
Yeah.
you're going to expect that it's on everything.
I'm assuming. Unless, of course, and that's the thing, is where Bayonetta 2, everybody was like, oh, it should come out for everything. And Nintendo's like, no, we paid for that.
Yeah.
It belongs to us now. And they're all like there was outcry because I'm like, they're like, I have to buy a Wii U. And I'm like, I own a Wii U.
Yes, benefits.
Suckers! I got a game.
But yeah, there was that.
Yes, I wanted to. I'm like, there was something else that I was like, oh yeah. And again, it wasn't a huge thing because they just showed a trailer.
Yeah. Well, there was another one that I didn't pay attention. I heard about that was kind of released after.
Yep.
Was Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, there was a trailer for that too.
But that came out. It didn't come out during the conference. It came out later that night.
Yeah, which was
is-
kind of weird.
Yeah. That's what
Like
people are
Sony,
saying.
I'm like, come on, Sony, this is a Sony exclusive with Disney and Final Fantasy. Like, bring it.
So I mean, there's that too. But I mean, once again, I've never gotten into the Kingdom
And it
Hearts.
has a release date.
Does it?
Yes. So show that off.
Yeah. I mean, to me, these conferences seem shorter this year. Like usually they went on for almost a couple hours, but Sony's was only an hour.
Well, and like, yeah, and a lot of it now is too with so much streaming online. A lot of these companies can do after shows or like other like exclusive peaks and that kind of stuff. Where I think that's where more of that direction's going. Yeah. And Nintendo started that whole thing when they're like, we're not going to pay for a stage because that costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
We're not going to pay for... We're legitimately going to release a video online. You're going to watch it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to... They do Treehouse where they're on the show floor talking to like one of the developers about their game and going like, oh yeah. And then there's exclusive things in the Treehouse too that weren't in the original like 24-minute quick view of everything. And I'm like... Because I'm sitting there and I watch the 24-minute Nintendo thing and I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden there's more stuff appearing online after and I'm like, what do you mean there's a 3DS like Metroid coming out? That wasn't in the... What?
Metroid 2, I believe.
Yeah, the remake of Metroid 2 and I'm like, what? That wasn't in that video thing. The video thing was all about Switch. They're still doing stuff for the 3DS?
Surprise.
What? Should have made an hour-long direct. I could have watched that.
That one they timed badly because I was just... I don't know if I would have watched it if it was available, but it was during the day.
Yep.
And work kind of got in the way.
I watched it partially at recess, and then the rest at lunch recess.
Yeah. But then Nintendo just knocked it out of the park.
Going into Nintendo because
they
last
knocked it
show.
Out of the park.
Last week we talked, and it was.
I said games.
Yeah. Chris is like, what do you want to see out of them? Games.
Like I already know. General.
I know. Yeah, games? It's like just games. And I'm sitting there going, I want not a new IP, but I said Metroid or Pikmin, like something like I wanted a big title to come out that I wasn't expecting because I knew.
We said Kirby.
Yep, I knew Mario was coming out. I'm like, I know Mario, I know ARMS, I know Splatoon. So show those quick because you have to, but give me at least one new thing. And holy crud,
Yoshi.
So start watching that thing and it's like ARMS, and I'm like, cool. Good for you.
I'm surprised they showed ARMS with it
coming. I think they released. I think they wanted to do that just because it came out yesterday. They wanted to make sure it was like, guys, remember ARMS is coming out.
Don't forget to buy it.
Yeah, go buy ARMS. And then.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't spend a lot of time on anything.
Okay.
They were just like,
here's stuff.
Hey, look. What was it? You know that game, the RPG with Pokemon? The people that fight? No. Oh, it's like a tactics game. Why can't I think of the stupid...
Tony would know what that is.
I have it. I have them. Birthright and all those other
something
ones.
Chronicles?
No. Why can't I think? Nintendo...
Fact checking.
Nintendo... And you know what? I'm just going to go to Nintendo.com because they're going to have a lot of info here. Oh, look, ARMS! Either way, but the Pokemon guy came up and he's like, "Oh, Pokken Tournament." And I'm like, "Seriously, we're like settling on this again? I'm done with Pokken Tournament." And then he's like, "Oh, another news, core RPG Pokemon game coming out for Switch in development." And I'm like, and that was it. And I'm just like, done. I'm good. And they announced that, and I'm like, Nick out.
The new IP.
That's right. And I'm like, Nick, done. You've announced a new game. Good for you. I didn't even need pictures. And then they come out with Kirby, and I'm like. Kirby for Switch! Score! And then after that, Metroid 4!
Yep.
And I'm like, what is going on? Like, it just kept going, and I'm just like, I'm so confused and perplexed.
Yeah, and even what we said before is the Breath of the Wild DLC.
Yeah. So they released...
Which is not surprising.
We knew that was coming, because you could pre-purchase it on the Switch for $20. You get both DLCs or whatever. The big question is, what does it add to the game? So there's obviously there's a new
equipment.
There's some new equipment, some new goofy looking costumes. There's the new mode where you start off naked again, and it looks like you work your way through different floors and acquire stuff as you make your way down, and obviously get some kind of good treasure at the bottom. See more Nintendo Switch games. So yeah, that part was like, but we didn't get a lot of news because I'm like,
no,
because then they're like DLC Part 2 coming holiday season, and I'm like, okay, Ballad of the Champion, and I'm like, what does that mean? Give me more information.
Kept throwing games out. Like, Crazy.
It'll eventually, the name of things will... Fire Emblem Warriors!
Right,
That's the one where they showed the trailer, and I'm like, oof, that's some bad voice acting. Oh man, I gotta keep... They kind of just... They went nuts.
Yeah. It really did.
Why can't I think of the other one? But it's the second game in the series, and I've played the junk out of the first one.
Okay.
But it is that other RPG that's that big wide open RPG game. They're the people that help with Zelda.
Okay.
Coming soon. I'm just gonna hit the coming soon button.
Might
limit what I'm looking at.
And
here.
I mean, they showed video of Odyssey.
Yep.
Some more. I think it was gameplay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gameplay trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of a sudden, like his hat can take people over.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was like, all of a sudden he takes over a frog, and
he's
I'm
a
like,
parasite.
what?
He takes over things.
Yeah.
So Mario is not real. Mario is just a plumber, and the hat took him over.
Whoa. You're getting deep into this now. Let's follow that rabbit hole down.
It's not really him in control. It's the hat the whole time.
The whole time. New amiibos coming out for all sorts of stuff, left, right, and center.
I think there was one. I think it was a Zelda.
There's some new Zelda ones coming out.
Yeah.
There's because all the heroes, the champions are getting amiibos. Yeah. Samus is getting a new amiibo. There's a new Metroid amiibo.
Yeah.
Mario Odyssey is getting Mario, Peach, and Bowser amiibos. I'm just like,
here's money.
Again, I'm like, damn it! Why do you keep doing this to me? A new Yoshi game is coming out.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting to the point where I'm running out of things to, like, I'm just like, okay, just take all my money. And then, like...
win the lottery.
And the funny part is, like, you know, you've always been a very PlayStation-centric guy.
Yeah.
And it's, like, even we're on our group chat thing, and Chris gets on after that, and he goes, I'm intrigued. Like, I'm in. And then Brian's posting, he's like, Nintendo, just take my monies. Just take my monies. And that's how most of the internet was, like, reacting to everything was... Here,
yeah,
just
even
take it.
Brian said it.
Yeah, just take my money, and I'm like, how did Nintendo went nuts.
I think they personally, and like you said, I'm a Sony person. I think Nintendo won.
And again, they had the leg up because they did have so much new stuff.
So does this mean Microsoft's gonna win next year?
No, because the Xbox One X isn't actually that new.
Yeah, but it's a new system,
Ish.
and it comes out in November 7th, I believe.
Yeah.
And
so unless they start making exclusives for the Xbox One X,
maybe they have something down the
and maybe they do
pipe,
and that's fine. I'm down with that. I'm just gonna go to the Wii U because the other thing is the sequel to a game that's.
I think they could have come up with another Smash Bros.
I think that's a good release at another time where they have more time to expand on stuff and talk.
Yeah.
And I would rather them take some time and develop a new one as opposed to me getting Super Smash Bros. Deluxe. Because we're getting enough deluxe games where I'm just like, I'm done with deluxe. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the other game that we're getting.
Yay, found it.
Got it. Yeah, like my Switch, I was just like...
Yeah. Well, and then kind of... I mean, that was it for me for Nintendo, personally. But the thing that kind of caught my eye too was a game I don't play. It's called Rocket League. Mm-hmm. And I think you're a car that goes and knocks soccer balls around trying to score.
Soccer balls, basketball, like
stuff like that. Just balls.
I talked to people that played. They're all, you know, but yeah, I'm like, it's like a soccer game or something, and they're like, it's more than just soccer. I'm like,
you drive around, you try and.
You're a car that plays sports.
Yeah. There were news that with the Rocket League, they're actually going to go cross-platform.
Yes.
So they're talking Switch, Xbox,
and
I think
Steam.
Computer.
Yeah. PlayStation's the only one being left out of all of this. Yeah.
PlayStation actually said no to it.
Because Minecraft, with the new update that's coming out, is the same thing, where all of a sudden it's every platform but Sony. And I'm like...
And Sony, they talked to a Sony VP after E3, and they said that they want to take care of their own fan base. They're more concerned about taking care of their own than trying to deal with
and I get that. And I think
stuff.
The biggest piece is, like, for Minecraft, on your Switch, when you go into Minecraft and you say, like, log on to server, you actually log in with your Xbox Live account.
Yeah.
Because it's an Xbox game, like, it's owned by Microsoft, so you have to log in with your Microsoft credentials.
And maybe Sony doesn't.
And I'm thinking there's a Sony piece in there going like, we don't want Xbox showing up on the PlayStation, whereas Nintendo's like, you'll handle the online for us? Cool.
Let's do it.
Take your time. You do your thing.
I mean, that's very interesting, actually, that cross-platform play.
It can happen.
And it's just, I bet you it's probably Sony that's might be holding everything back. Because Sony and Xbox, they could very easily cross-play.
They have a lot of the same games.
And there's no reason why they couldn't, other than probably money-wise.
Yeah.
But I bet you, with the release of this, I bet you it is Sony that's holding everything back, saying, no, I don't really want to do this.
Yeah, I know, and that's well, because we've been asking for it for a long time. There's a lot of games that have come out, and you're like, well,
you could play any NHL game. You could
I
play
own
that cross-platform.
I own NHL on Xbox. You own NHL on this. We could play without problem. Or again, there's some computer games, and again, first-person shooters being cross-platforms a little iffy.
I think computers would have the advantage.
They would. They always will.
Over everything.
Unless, of course,
they run faster. They run more customized to that player. So I think yes, first person would be shoot, but
that's like even
sports games.
Sure. Well, it's even Rocket League.
Rocket League is, I guess, technically a sport game.
But they've announced Rocket League on the Switch is going to run at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Now that means that necessarily undocked, it's not going to be as pretty, but it will still run at 60 frames. And everybody's like, don't care about graphics. I can play Rocket League at the mall.
Yeah, and I could play against other people.
And again, the fact that it's coming out on the and the fact that it's coming out on the Switch, and I don't have to rely on just people who bought the Switch to play it.
Yeah,
I can now there's this online base of people that have been playing it, and I can join them. I'm like, I might pick up Rocket League for $20. Cause
I mean, even something like Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
that'd be great if it went cross-platform, because as a independent company, they don't have that much.
Yeah,
it didn't get that news widespread, I guess. I'm trying to find the words here, but there was enough that if you cross-platformed it,
well, there's 75,000 people playing the game,
and if you had that crossover,
games,
you'd be finding games super quick. Because I actually tried it, and I mean, we'll go into that in the post-credit show when we talk about that. That was fun, but there was a hard time finding a game.
Right, that's the part. Cross-platform, I think, is definitely. And this is the part where, Microsoft's clearly looking at Nintendo going, you are not a threat. You are a companion piece. And that's how Nintendo's always sold themselves since the Wii.
Yeah.
We're not trying to compete. We're doing our own thing. Yeah. So, own us, own an Xbox, own a PlayStation, da-da-da-da-da. But now, and I mean, this might end up hurting Microsoft in the long run, but I think Microsoft is still we have our PC side. Yeah. And our PC side's going to keep us making us money.
Oh, absolutely.
Whether the Xbox does or not, blah, 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 blah. But Microsoft's looking at it going, Nintendo's not a threat. We're
their own thing.
We're going to support the gamers who want to play these games. And yeah, we'll make sure that they can cross-platform. And again, Xbox is getting some advertising there every time you log into Minecraft. And it goes, Microsoft, Xbox Live!
I don't know if you throw so much the Xbox Live.
Or Microsoft Live.
I think you think you throw Microsoft.
Games for Windows.
Or kind of just...
Yep.
Microsoft
Games Live or whatever it is now. I don't know what it is anymore. But yeah, all of a sudden they're getting some advertisement there on a Nintendo console.
I mean, it's a start.
Yep.
To cross-platforming.
Yeah.
They go two big games.
Yeah.
I heard Rocket League has a lot of people playing.
Rocket League has a ton of people.
I don't play.
I don't get it. But my car can have a Mario hat on it, so...
A lot of kids play Minecraft.
Everybody.
They can play with their friends.
Well, that's the biggest piece is I always laugh with Minecraft, and people are like, did you ever play Minecraft? And I'm like, I played Minecraft before it was Minecraft.
Lego.
I played Minecraft when it was in alpha.
Yeah.
I think I paid $4 for Minecraft.
Yeah. So, I mean...
hey. And I loved Minecraft way back when you had to make your own servers and play off of them, and you just have fun building stuff. It has gotten far too complicated for me as a gamer.
Kind of like the sports games.
A little bit, which is weird for Minecraft. You build things with blocks, and it's like, but now there's towns, and there's quests, and there's things, and you can, do this, and this, and this, and I'm like, I just want to build, giant phallic symbols on top of hills and make them explode. So...
E3 was exciting.
It always is, which is good.
It hurt my wallet.
Yes, and I do believe it did ramp up more than anything.
Oh yeah.
Like Ubisoft was good. I think it started a little low, Ubisoft, and then it kind of dipped it again, and then it kind of...
Well, yeah, EA started down here. I can't remember the specific order they went. I think it was Microsoft after that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So they built it up a bit.
A little bit. It
Ubisoft kind of...
Ubisoft was pretty good because they had some good stuff to show. And then, I don't know, Bethesda was iffy.
And then Sony grabbed
and then
it up.
Sony started going up, and then Nintendo just like...
To the moon.
Well, again, and we don't know when these games are coming, but new Pokemon...
But you're getting excited for
Well, sure.
it.
I got a new Pokemon game coming, which, like a lot of people are saying online, is starting to signal the end of the 3DS, no matter how much Nintendo's saying it's not the end of the 3DS.
Maybe, well, it could be.
Most of the time when Pokemon shifts, Nintendo shifts away from that handheld.
Okay.
That's kind of that's the swan song of a system, is like your last Pokemon game. And we do have a new Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon coming.
Yeah.
We have a new Metroid game coming for the
Metroid
3DS.
Prime 2, I believe.
No, this is just Metroid 2 Samus's Return. So I think they're just calling Metroid Return of Samus or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, we have some games coming up for the 3DS. No problem. But once this new Pokemon game comes out on the Switch,
It's kind of...
that's kind of going to be the...
Well, maybe the deluxe, though, like the Sun and Moon...
Yep.
Is
Ultra
it called
Sun.
Ultra Sun? Ultra Sun?
Ultra
Maybe it's
Sun.
coming out on the Switch. Maybe that's what they're talking about.
If that's what they're developing, that's going to hurt, because Ultra Sun and Moon isn't, like, not that far away. Like, it's 2018, and I figured the Switch game's going to be 2019, and that'll be kind of the...
Maybe.
So we'll see.
Yep.
But that one was
Looking
like...
forward
So
to
either way,
next
new
year.
Pokemon, Metroid Prime 4, Kirby, Yoshi, like...
Yep. So Nintendo
We're pretty
won
much
us.
missing F-Zero.
Nintendo won it
Yeah.
by a long shot.
And again, a Smash Bros. Game, like you said, but I'm kind of hoping they're developing a new Smash Bros. As opposed to just Smash Bros. Deluxe, because the Deluxe thing is starting to wear thin with Nick.
Maybe a new Luigi game? I don't know.
Yeah, Luigi.
Could.
Luigi's Mansion on the Switch would be amazing.
Yeah. Use your controller as a flashlight. Turn it around.
Give me a vacuum attachment for my other one.
Yep.
For my other Joy-Con.
You push that forward to get the vacuum out.
You can vacuum your own house at the same time. Nintendo teams
Kind
up
of.
with Dyson.
Vacuum.
The more you vacuum in real life, the more ghosts you can catch in the game.
Yeah.
Have kids start doing all this housework.
Yeah, okay.
Attach your Switch to the lawnmower.
They would lose me.
You want me to what?
Housework? No.
Make your bed.
I don't want to clean. Come on.
Good old E3, and we'll probably talk more E3 next week when we have more people again, just to get other people's opinions and views.
Tony might have more things that we may have forgotten.
And just more opinions on stuff. But like again, Microsoft, not Microsoft, Sony and Nintendo. I think again,
The 1-2 punch there.
they really are. Microsoft, like we've been saying for a long time, is, and we talked about that last week, where
AAA game, come on.
if Scorpio comes out at a good price,
And it didn't.
you're killing. They didn't. It came out really expensive for me.
Well, I mean, it's $100 more than the closest system.
And I get it, but
Or maybe
100,
50. No,
and it
I
may
think
be
the Switch is the closest one, and I think the PS4 is still around that.
But to me, Microsoft, if I'm going to get something Microsoft, I'm just going to build a computer. So
Yeah.
instead of $500, I might spend $700 and get myself a computer that is on
Just that
par.
much, yeah.
Or
Better.
that much better
Yeah.
and will last me a little bit longer. Like, that's my thing, where I sit there going, oh, Microsoft.
Yeah. But yeah, it's...
But yeah, Sony and Nintendo, especially that 1-2 punch. And again, all the developers having their own conferences now is really throwing me off.
well, there was only 3 or 4, wasn't it?
So
Ubisoft.
Bethesda's doing theirs now. So Ubisoft, EA, Bethesda,
I think that was it.
I think that was it. But like them starting to do their own
There is more out there,
conferences
but they,
is kind of throwing me, because it was like, it used to be the big,
Just tell us which systems they're going for. And
right, show up at the Nintendo conference and be like, this is coming out on Nintendo!
they show up at every conference if you're cross-platforming.
Right.
Maybe that's next E3. I predicted next E3. E3.
They're all just going to combine.
Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony are going to come out together. Cross-platform.
We are making a giant system. It's going to cost $8,000.
No, not the creative system, but cross-platform.
Cross-platforming thing, that'd be cool. I
The
don't...
Triforce.
Nintendo's just like, we'll brand it. We got the branding, guys.
we got it.
It'll be on our servers, and everybody's like, no. Don't let Nintendo handle online. Please.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for the newscast.
Yes.
Join us on the post-credit show, where we'll talk about games and movies we have been playing and watching and other stuff we might have been doing.
Life experiences.
So it won't be too long. There's two of us. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff, I think, but...
kind of, yeah.
So
I'm
we'll
all
see.
over the place.
I know. But we're usually pretty good about it. So join us for that. If you'd like more of our stuff, you can find us at www.barrelrollnews.com. That's where our Twitter, our Facebook, our Discord, our Steam accounts, all sorts of stuff you can find there. So join us on that. Join us in our Discord. You can chat with us while we're live and talking. For more stuff, check out our YouTube page. Like and subscribe to the videos. We also have a Patreon page where if you want to see us do dumb stuff, you can give us money and we'll do dumb stuff. If you have suggestions for our Patreon page, feel free to drop us a line and say, hey, for $5,
If you have questions,
do this. If you have questions, our Discord even has an Ask BRNN section.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to check that just to... Nope, I'm still the only one who has posted. So, with that, everybody, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our post-credit show coming right up.
5, 10 minutes.
Yep, 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Bye.
Bye.